If you'd like to see how I'm going to transform and tie-dye this plain white t-shirt and baby onesie into these lovely pink and yellow tie-dye shirts, keep watching this video. Hey YouTube, so today in this video I am going to be attempting to tie-dye these two shirts. This is my first time doing any type of tie-dye, so I just wanted to give it a try. So I actually ordered a tie-dye kit, but it won't be here until probably tomorrow, but I didn't want to wait. So I have one squirt bottle and then I have this bottle. So I figure I could just shake it up and either pour it or maybe do a squirt method. And I have this very pretty neon pink tie-dye. I have this very pretty neon pink mica powder. And this came from a website called Wholesalers Plus, I believe, but it's by Crafter's Choice. And I have this very, very pretty neon yellow electric slide powder. So I think I'm gonna just start with these two. I also have this pale purple. So what I'm gonna do, oh, and I have some rubber bands. So I watched a couple videos. There's multiple ways to do this, so it's really not a right or wrong way because I've seen it done multiple ways, and all the videos, it kind of came out right how the people wanted it. So I don't have a rack and ice. I'm not going to do the ice method. I've seen people twist it up, add the dye, put it in a Ziploc bag and let it sit for hours, and it came out nice. I've seen people let it sit in ice. So there's multiple ways. So the way I'm going to do it, oh, and first you have to wet the shirts. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to add a little bit of this mica powder to this bottle, and I'm just going to add a little bit of water. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of this mica powder and just kind of put a small amount into this squeeze it bottle, and I'm going to do the same with this this very, very bright pigmented yellow, and I'm just going to add some water and shake them both up. Now I'm just going to give them a good shaking, and I'm just kind of going with the flow, guessing things. I have a tie-dye kit on the way. It hasn't arrived yet, and I don't have any measurements for you. I just kind of did the thing the way I did it, and I am doing, I guess, the circular method. So you just kind of hold a center area of the shirt and just kind of keep twisting and make it just go in a circular motion. And then you just simply put the rubber bands on. Now, on the videos I watch, I saw people use a good maybe 3 rubber bands. So there's like 6 sections, and then they do 3 different colors in all the sections. I just wanted to do the 2 colors that I did. So that's why I only have 2 colors, and I didn't have enough bottles. But I'm going to try this again, and I think I'm going to be better next time. So I'm doing a circular motion again on here because if you look on YouTube and just look up tie-dye videos or tie-dye methods, there are so many different ways to get the tie-dye design. Okay, so now I am squirting this very, very pretty pink into this one area right here. I don't know if you can see my rubber bands because they're like beige and then the shirt is white, but I'm kind of gonna go like in a, I guess you could say, a triangular motion. So I didn't have like a lot of dye. I didn't mix up a lot. I didn't know exactly how much I was going to need, but I ended up needing more because you really want to make sure you kind of saturate the shirt pretty well, because you want to go ahead and make sure that all of the fabric is covered, at least to a certain extent. So I was going to try to do a little spray. That didn't work out. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour, and I'm sorry, these are only bottles that I could find. This bottle is actually a hand sanitizer bottle that I ran out of sanitizer, so I was like, well, whatever. I actually could have added more water to this one because the mica powder was on a little powdery side. So I'm just going to add some of this to the onesie as well. Try to make it as even as possible, but you know with tie-dye, it's not really going to be perfect. And I don't think you want it to be perfect. It's kind of like reminds you of like an abstract art. And you are more than welcome to wear gloves if you have them. And I'm just kind of going over again with the colors that I have. I may have had to fill up the bottles at one point. I love how bright these colors are. Now you're just going to go ahead and flip it over and continue to add on your colors in the areas that you want them to be. This does not have to be super uniform and super perfect. It's just a tie-dye shirt with pretty colors on it. And it's just going to come out how it's going to come out. Okay, so I took this out of the freezer because I didn't have enough ice available and I wanted this to move along a little faster. And I wanted to just see how this would go by using freezer method. So it's rock hard. And I'm gonna go to the sink and rinse it with some cold water. That was really hard and it's super cold. So I think what I'll do first is I'll remove the rubber bands and see if I can open it up and look at it. I probably won't be able to do that. Okay, so it was ice cold and I just couldn't take it. So I had to put these in the microwave to actually thaw them out. And I used the cold water to make the colors really stain and stay. So I could take it apart better and like get a really good look at it. Okay. All right. Wow. This is not bad for my first time. I like this. I tried. I like it. And it's just two colors. This is nice. So I'm going to rinse this out with some cold water and let it air dry, I guess. So let me open up the other one. It's still really cold, but I can handle it. And I'll reuse these rubber bands. Just rinse them off. Now this is the shirt, the bigger shirt, the full size shirt. The other one, is, of course, is a baby shirt. Let's see what we have here. Use a lot more color. It definitely could use a lot more color, but it's still not too bad. Maybe I could redo it. I like how the bottom looks. Nice. Yeah, I may redo this one. It's just a little bit too much white here. So I'm gonna do a second round on this shirt. But I'm pleased with the onesie. Okay, so here I am. I'm back trying to do the circular tie-dye method, holding the center, or it could be off-centered. Don't overthink it. Just kind of have fun with it, you know, and then the more you do it, the better you'll get. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. So remember, the shirt is it's nice and wet, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put the rubber bands back on here. I said I was pleased with the onesie, but I figure, okay, if I'm gonna revise the bigger shirt, why not revise the onesie as well? So I'm starting out with the green. I just wanted to have more color on the shirt. I didn't want to see all that white. The white is nice to have hints of it, but you saw it. I just didn't have enough. I don't know if it's the way that I did my twist method, the rubber band method. Maybe I have it too thick. Maybe it should be a flatter circle. I don't know, but I'll get better at it eventually. So I'm just kind of randomly putting the colors on there. And I'm starting to notice I see some oranges coming together with the pink and the green are making orange. And it's actually looking pretty. A little, like really pretty. And I'm like, wow, okay. Let's see what this does. So I flip it over and I'm just adding more color to it. And I'm just curious to see how the orange is gonna play out with it. So that's what I'm doing right here. This is just a round color, a round two of adding more color. And I'm going to do the same twist method that I did. I feel like it was easier to do that twist method on the onesie because it's a smaller piece of fabric, I guess. The bigger shirt, I'll just probably have to just practice a little bit more. But as you can see, the colors ran together, so I have that little puddle right there of the orange. So I'm kind of going to just dap it in there just to see what it gives, just to add a little more flavor to it. And I think it looks nice with that orange dipped on there. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to squirt a little bit more pink on there. I mean, you can never have too much pink, right? I love pink. Pink is just so cute to me. All right, so I put them in the freezer, and this is how it turned out. I think this looks really good. I like it even more with that orange in there. You really can't see the bright yellow too much. And again, these are really cold, but I put them in the microwave a little bit. You're probably not supposed to put it in the microwave. I don't know. That's just what I did because my hands were really cold. So I'm just going to show you how the bigger size shirt came out. And I think it's better than what it was. It's actually looking more like a tie-dye shirt. So from this point, what I'm going to do is just rinse them both in cold water. And I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm going to rinse them out. I'm rinsing the onesie first. You just want to rinse it to where you don't see too much dye coming out in the sink. I'm doing the same thing here. And then I'm going to show you how it turned out. Okay, you guys. Here is the final finished result of the tie-dye shirts. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. I was disappointed. Look how faded this is. This just looks so faded. But it's still tie-dye, but I guess it's more like a pastel light color. And yes, it's wrinkly. I didn't iron them. I let them air dry. So I'm trying to figure out if it's because I used neon pigment powders, and they're absolutely excellent powders, but they're excellent for body butters. I've used these for body butters and they are marvelous. Like that color is really popping in body butters, but I didn't know, like maybe it's just for body butters. Maybe it's not for fabric. I don't know. I just assumed that mica powder is mica powder. But I know that some are safe for skin, some are safe for eyes, some are not. So you really got to do your research. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get some RHIT dye. I'll see how this little cheap kit comes that I have come in the mail from Amazon. I'll see how that goes. But I think it's not horrible for my first time because they are tie-dyed. I just want a really more powerful punch to the color. I love bright colors, and I like when things turn out how I picture them in my mind. Like the way they look when they were soaking wet. You know how they were really bright? That's the look I'm going for. So we'll see how it turns out the next time I do it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you have any tips, and if maybe you're an excellent tie-dyer, you're an expert, let me know some good quality tie-dye products to use so I can get some, so that the next time I do this, it'll be bright and the colors will be vibrant. I don't want a faded looking tie-dye shirt. I want to pack that punch with the colors, you know? So thanks again, you guys. Subscribe if you want to, and if you do subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye. Our website, myroyalradiance.com, and we do carry faux leather inspired designer fabric for your crafting needs, luxury inspired croc charms, as well as iron-on patches and much more. Enjoy the coupon code MyRoyalBeauty10 off. Check out our website, crtacticaldefense.com, where we do sell in-waistband gun holsters, belly band holsters, and many more. Please check out my discount code VIBES for a special discount for my subscribers.